Hey guys, what's up? It's GVKcollectibles, and you know, one of my favorite video game franchises is the Halo franchise. And I'm super excited for Halo Infinite next year, even though it's supposed to come out this year, but we still are getting the toys and action figure, toys and everything. So today, we're going to be taking a look at the 6.5-inch Master Chief from Halo Infinite. So, hopefully you guys are having a good Friday the 13th. I know I should have done a Jason review, but ultimately I had this guy planned for a while. So today, as I said before in the intro, we were going to be taking a look at the new Master Chief from Wicked Cool Toys, or /Jazzware, because I think they're both now the same company at this point. But, regardless, I'm very excited about this figure. I've had it for a while, and it is, we'll get into it, of course. But first of all, let's look at the packaging. Really, a lot of the new, cool new Halo Infinite packaging we have here. We got Master Chief with accessories, the Spartan Collection. Oh, and I forgot to mention in the intro that there are two different lines for the Halo Infinite figures. So you have the 6.5-inch figures called the Spartan Collection, which is, I think, mainly more geared towards collectors, and there is the 3/4 inch scale line, which they have vehicles, like they have a Warthog, they have a Ghost, and I actually have a few of those, and those are really, really good. I think they really blow the McFarlane figures out of the water in terms of just playability, I think, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But you got Master Chief. Clearly he's not in here right now, but you get a really cool window display. I think probably one of my favorite packagings of recent toys I've seen. When these guys got announced at Toy Fair, I think it was last year, I think it was 2019 Toy Fair, I was very excited to see, and a lot of the prototypes I was very excited to see them because these looked absolutely fantastic. They looked like great figures. So let's take a look. As you see, you get the Halo Infinite right there, and you get like a good, as I said, good display. You'll get to see like the interchangeable hands that he comes with. There is a game add-on included with this, and we'll get into that a little later. You got Halo, you got Master Chief right here, and you got the it's the classic UNSC logo, so it isn't the Halo 4 and 5 logo, which I actually liked, but it is cool to see them going back to that older art style, especially with the Chief's armor. So we go to the back too. We have the Halo Spartan Collection, Master Chief with accessories. He comes with the MA40 assault rifle, the Mark 50 kickback sidekick, and additional hands, which is really good. And also within the series of two is Cat B320 from, or aka known as Cat from Halo Reach, which looks great. The Mark 7, which is the new armor that's going to be in Halo Infinite, and the Mark 5B, which is probably going to be in Infinite, because I've seen this guy at certain toys, Targets, and he is carrying a commando rifle, so I do think that this armor is going to be in there. It's one of my favorite armors, and I think it will be probably my go-to if they don't have ODST. But we can get into that. As you said, you got like Wicked Cool Toys, Xbox 343. So yeah, this is from Jazzware. Look at the top. It's really a cool looking like embroidered UNSC logo. The UNSC on the back, then you get nothing on the back. So with that being said, let's get on to the figure himself. Right, and here we have Master Chief, aka John 117, out of the packaging. And first impressions, I've had this figure for a while, but God, I can't remember when I got this guy exactly, but it was a good day when I finally got him. Man, there is a lot of positives I can say about this figure. This is something that I've kind of wanted from the Mattel figures from back in the day, even though they couldn't, like, they had articulation, but there's just something that wasn't right about them. But man, this figure I think is my ideal Halo figure, my ideal Master Chief figure. It looks phenomenal. The paint looks really good. It isn't as good as it was at the toy show, but it is still a pretty good toy for $20 that you're getting. Once again, it's a $20 figure. The pure design of the armor is really, really cool. It really harkens back to the Halo Legends, like the package. And ultimately, I felt like this is an armor design that 343 should have ultimately gone with. during Halo 4. Even though I do like that armor, I do like the Mark 6 mod, as it's known, from Halo 4 and 5. I legitimately enjoy this armor, but this new armor set that we have right here, where it's the Gen 3 Mark 6 armor, looks utterly great. The guns are really, really good. That it comes with a lot of great detail, a lot of great articulation. As I said, I feel like this is my ideal Halo figure. I haven't been really... I didn't really collect much of the Mattel stuff, and I've collected a bit of the McFarlane stuff, but we'll kind of get into that. But yeah, with that being said, let's jump into his accessories before we get on to Master Chief himself, because he comes with some really, really cool accessories. As I said, before we jump into Master Chief, he does come with a lot of accessories, which is really, really impressive for this particular figure. I think it's like the most accessories I've seen out of a Halo figure in a long time. So he does come with, ultimately, he comes with several hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, he comes with 5, which is a really weird number. I think I saw somebody else's review on this. I can't remember his name, but it's a really weird number. But the hands are all really well detailed. They look really, really good. You have the kind of grabby hand. This is actually kind of like supposed to be the rifle holding hand, even though I use a completely different one for the rifle, just because it's for the assault rifle, just so it can be held in a little bit better and a little bit tighter, more secure, and it just looks a little bit better. He comes with a fist, so he comes with 2 fist hands, a right and a left one, of course, which look really, really good and really cool. Green. I really like the green that they went with for Master Chief in this. I think Halo 3 is definitely one of my favorite games, and this armor, it just is like a big throwback for me. I really love it. There's another grabby hand, too. To hold, I assume, or to... That would actually be kind of cool. If somebody like 3D, you could, eventually they'll maybe come out with like a Cortana, I should say, that you can like put in the hand. I think that would be a really, really cool display option. Then he gets another trigger hand for his left hand. He has a trigger hand for his right. And he comes with 2 guns. So the first gun, it is the assault rifle, which is officially known as the, let me just look at it back real quick, the MA40. So this is kind of the successor to the Halo 5 and 4, the Halo 4 and 5 assault rifles, even though I really love those designs because they harken back to Halo 3 and Combat Evolve. I do really love this new assault rifle. I actually have the Nerf gun, if you guys have seen my Instagram post. It's a really fun, cool gun. I really like it, and it kind of harkens back to Reach, which is really, really cool. I love Reach. I love the Halo, that multiplayer. The rifle's really good. There is a little bit of a bend, as you guys can see, but luckily the material it is made out of is like kind of like this bendable plastic, which is really, really cool and really, really efficient. It's really cool. Like I would like it's interesting with the guns. I actually kind of prefer this kind of light to it, so you can get the gun to bend in a certain way, which looks really, really good. Yeah, I mean, it's got some good, some black paint on there, some black grip. It looks really cool. Like, once again, I'm really excited for this game, even though it got delayed. The assault rifle looks really, really good. I want to see a battle rifle within the Spartan Collection, of course. And he also comes with his secondary, which is called the Mark 50 Sidekick. Hold on, let me make sure I correct myself correctly. Yep, the Mark 50 Sidekick. So the Mark 50 Sidekick is kind of the replacement for the Magnum, which a lot of people have mixed opinions about. I think the gun looks really, really cool. There's a lot of people saying it looks too much like a regular firearm, but like at the same time, I think it looks cool. I wouldn't be surprised if the Halo Magnum comes out. And plus, I want to use the gun too, because I think for me, my favorite Halo Magnum is probably the Halo 1 Magnum and the Halo 3 ODST one and the Halo 5 one. Those are like some of the best Magnums, I think, in each game. And the Reach one's pretty good too, along with 4. But yeah, it looks really, really good. You got some cool, like, the same kind of like similar olive green paint seen on Chief's hands. You get a black slide, which looks really, really good. There's a lot of little like intricate details they have on it. It looks really, really well done. And also you got the black parts right here with the grips, there's actually kind of like textured grips right there, so it kind of gives the illusion of like this is a real firearm. It's like one of the best like I think these two guns right here are some of the best detailed 6-inch guns I've ever seen on a figure. That's not like a NECA figure. That's we're a McFarlane figure at that, of where they're much more geared towards these figures. I don't know if they're necessarily geared towards adult collectors, but since it's called the Spartan Collection, I assume so, because usually I think a lot of people assume that the 6-inch line is a much more kind of like collector-friendly line as opposed to the 3/4 inch scale, even though those 3/4 inch scales figures are really great. So, without me rambling anymore, let's get to Master Chief himself. We have the Master Chief, and I gotta say, he's really well detailed. As I said, I really love the kind of green that they went with. It's a military green. The visor, like the helmet, I think. Let's see if I can get it close up. Sorry about that, guys. It took me a minute to get it zoomed in, but here's a little closer look at the detailing on the helmet, and it looks quite phenomenal, I think, in my opinion. It looks really, really great, really wonderful. Really great job. There is like hints of kind of silver dry brushing, it looks like, within the helmet, which really, really looks good. It doesn't like make it look like it's just a flat color. Then man, just looking at the helmet, it very much reminds me of the the Mark 6 from Halo 3. It's an immediate throwback. And also, as I said, some mentions of the but the armor, like if you look at the base armor, like the chest plate piece, it looks very, very similar to the Halo 3 design. The only other thing that I think is very different is the shoulder, the pauldrons. Not the pauldrons. Oh, man, I'm gonna really hate myself because I can't remember the shoulder pieces. Yeah, there we go. The shoulder armor. It looks really, really cool. Once again, this is like very heavily inspired by the package from Halo Legends, and also Forward Unto Dawn, which they used that armor too. It looks really, really cool. I actually like the positioning of these, I think, better on the package armor, which I do have when we get into comparisons to the other McFarlane, some of the other figures oh my god, we compare it to some of the other Halo figures that other companies have done. I will only go up to McFarlane. Unfortunately, I didn't get any of the Joywave toys, but yeah, and there's also really cool detailing like within the tech suit itself, which looks really, really cool. Like that looks great. The shoulders look really good. There's a lot of there's just a lot of intricate details on the like the shoulder pieces that I hope the camera is picking up. It's kind of hard for me just to look through the viewfinder to see it, but like once again, you get to see a lot of these silver dry brushing, which looks really, really good, and like hints, like also like the really cool like hints of black within the armor itself, which I really, really love. Here's the back, which looks really, really cool. Once again, you can see a lot of that silver dry brushing on the figure itself. Then you get the side. Now these are cool. So with this, I actually glued this in, so you could actually, let me show you. You pop it off, and you can actually flip it around. The only unfortunate part is I don't think they put in the smart idea would to have done is put in a second peg on the other side, although that doesn't really make sense. So I just have him on the right side, I just have it glued on. So yeah, but for like carrying the sidearm, so you can have all the guns on him. Yeah, good crotch taint shot. Can't believe I said that. Really good armor. Once again, you see the silver dry brushing a lot through the figure, which looks really, really great. But yeah, so with that out of the way, let's jump into articulation now. Alright, so the Wicked Cool Toys Master Chief does have some really awesome articulation, I think. It's some of the best articulation I've seen. He can look up a little bit, but he can look down quite a bit, which is really, really cool. The arms can move out that far, just due to the hindrance of the shoulder piece on the armor. He has double jointed elbows, which is really, really awesome. Really great to see that. There is an issue, not necessarily an issue, but just if you want these like if you want him just to look like this with maybe the assault rifle on his back, there is going to be a problem where his arms can only bend to that degree, like it looks like that. But like to me, it looks good. Like, it looks like how he does within Infinite, like a lot of the stuff we've seen, especially the, I think it was like the Searching for Hope trailer, which is really, really cool. One thing to also note is he has some pretty cool, like, he has some butterfly joints on the, like, his, on the arms, so you can, like, get him in the, like, have him pose with the assault rifle look a lot better. Same thing with the right, which looks really, really good. He does have an ab crunch, kind of. It's not necessarily the best, but I think it's okay. And then you got the legs. Can't get that far. Can't really go back too far just because they're hindrance of this the plastic piece right here. But double jointed knees once again, and it's also really, really cool. Like, that's really cool range for this figure. Then you do get some wrist, not wrist, Jesus. There is a little articulation on the front of the toe, which is really, really cool. I always love to see figures that have this articulation. A lot of the newer McFarlane figures have this articulation, and he's got a beautiful ankle pivot. That's so good. Also, what to mention, I forgot to completely mention, is his hands are on hinges, so like that, up and down. And for those of you who know, you can just easily pop in whatever hand you want to use, which is really, really great. Like, boom. That's really, really great. So, with that out of the way, with the articulation out of the way, let's get into some size comparisons to see what he scales with. Here we have Matt, the Wicked Cool Toys Master Chief, compared to some other figures from other companies. We have the 6" Black Series Mandalorian, aka Din Djarin from The Mandalorian. We have V from Cyberpunk 2077, done by McFarlane, and we have Marty McFly from Back to the Future, done by NECA. So, yeah, he's he's slightly bigger than it's weird because this figure is advertised as a 6.5-inch figure. He's a lot bigger comparative to Din Djarin, and he's roughly on par with a 6-inch scale, a 7-inch scale figure from McFarlane. He's a little shorter than Marty because Marty's a kid, so that completely makes sense. So yeah, it's really cool to see this guy fit the scale with the 6-inch scale figures, which is really, really cool. And here we have him compared to some other Master Chiefs. We have both the McFarlane, this is the McFarlane Anniversary Pack with the Halo 3 Master Chief. We have the Package Master Chief, and we have the Mattel 6-inch Master Chief from Halo 5 Infinite. Halo 5 Guardians, my bad. So yeah, he definitely he shrinks a lot of the older figures in the McFarlane line, and even this was delivered as a 6-inch figure, and it was really small in comparison to like a NECA figure. This is the scale I was more hoping for that this would be, but like at the same time, I'm super happy with this figure. One thing to go with the McFarlane figures, like while they are very cool, I think they just, in terms of articulation, they have great paint apps, don't get me wrong, but in terms of articulation of like, they're not the best. They're very older figures. I still love them. I still love the McFarlane figures, but it's just like, they're maybe not as good as I remember them being, but luckily Jazzware looks like they are kind of taking that, because these are actually in the 5-inch scale, so they're a lot shorter than a 6-inch figure, and you can clearly tell that with the Master Chief figure. So but yeah, I think this guy is definitely one of my favorite Halo figures, not including the 18-inch NECA Master Chief, because I can't get that guy on camera regardless of how far I back up. So yeah, and also if any of you are interested, I do have this guy with all his accessories, exception of a few pegs, on Mercari. So if you guys want to pick this guy up, you can. Not this guy, but this guy if you want, if you're interested. And here's one final little comparison. This is all my Halo Infinite Master Chiefs that I have right now. This is the 3/4 inch scale Master Chief from Wicked Cool Toys, the same company as this guy, and the Funko Pop. I really, really love the design of the Mark 7. I mean the Mark 6 Gen 3. I think it's really, really good. It harkens back to the original trilogy with 2 and 3 especially. So yeah. Just a little fun little comparison to have. Well, it's not too much of a Master Chief party. I need to get more, but it's still fun. It's a fun little comparison. Alright, and here we have Chief ready for combat, ready to fight some Banish, of course. So, overall thoughts on the Wicked Cool Toys Master Chief. I think this is a Halo figure I've been waiting for a long time. In terms of articulation, the scale, and like the paint apps are really good. Even if this is it's like a $20 figure, probably aimed towards kids, which is completely fine by me. It just looks solid. I think it's a solid action figure, and I hope to see more from Jazzware. I mean, well, Jazzware / Wicked Cool Toys, whatever. I hope to see more from Wicked Cool Toys. I really want to see, like, ODSTs. I want to see more Spartans, of course. They did tease that they are doing, since they are doing Cat, hopefully we get to see more of Noble Team. I'm just hoping for a lot. This license, they get to stay with the license for a long time. So, with that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I hope also remember hit subscribe and like the video too. We really appreciate it when subscribing. Hit the little bell notification so you get notified of when we upload Mythical Mountain Mondays, What's in the Box Wednesdays, figure reviews, and that kind of jazz. We also check out our Mercari shops. We both, Jack's Pop Guy and me, have Mercari shops. I post a lot of I'm posting a lot of older action figures and some older DVDs if you're interested in the market. And also, check out Jack's Pop Guy. He has a lot of cool Funko Pops, too. He's actually going to be running bingos, I think. Bingos or auctions. I can't remember exactly what. But, as I said, his Instagram will be in the link below. And if you want to check out some auctions, definitely go do it. With that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful Friday the 13th. And I will see you guys very next time. Peace.